And we're back, More to the Point Podcast, episode 22. For a change, we are from sunny, really hot England. And today you got yours truly, Modi. And we got Ram over here. And we got Davis on the left here. Yes, boys, how's it been? How's the weather? Enjoying
sweaty, very sweaty.
A bit hot. I feel like I'm in Spain.
Yeah,
Spain?
that's one thing about it here. Like we moan throughout the whole year that this is it rains, it's awful weather.
Yeah, but
it's
when it
miserable.
comes to it, everyone complains, isn't it? Everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this? Where's the rain?"
But also because it doesn't come with like, oh, we got nice mild 20 degrees, it's lovely, it's sunny. It's either literally absolutely overcast or it rains, or we got 30 degrees.
And I think the other thing as well, when you go on holidays, you always by the beach, so it's like more refreshing.
It feels like a holiday. Yeah, here you're like sitting in the same apartment, you're like, I can't go out anywhere because the virus is still out there. And you're like,
no, I think like what kicks it like the most of my nuts is because the lockdown, everyone's like locked in, they're not allowed not officially allowed to go everywhere.
Because how sick it would be if there was no lockdown and you could just go to the pub and
everyone would enjoy it now, wouldn't they?
Garden, just chill out with friends,
beer, hug each other, you know.
I guess you can still do it. You guys can still go in the park and stuff, because we went to Cannon Hill Park a couple of days ago, which is like a pretty big park here, and like it was insane amount of people. Like any grass bit, there was people but not bunched together. They were still kept a distance, but everywhere, like wherever there was some grass, people are there. Like it was just full. So you can still do that, grab a beer and go out in the park.
It's not the same as going to a beer garden and just going grabbing a pie and grabbing a round for the lads and then having a drink. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's cheaper. That's what it is.
Why?
Say that. I mean, like
in the park it's cheaper.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but like not okay.
What? But we got July 4th now, isn't it? That's what all the hospitality opens up.
But we had June 20th, we had June 15th, we did. I mean, as it stands for me, because I work in that industry, yes, it's 100%. Because I have to do 8 hours training before
I wonder what's the training for you though. I wonder what's the new regulations.
I haven't looked at it yet. Apparently, it's like 8 to 10 hours training. You just have to complete before entering.
Do you have to do like an exam or something, or is it just like
a video you have to watch? It's not. I wouldn't call it exam. It's like one of them ones, online
questionnaires and fill-ins.
But yeah, it's like I'm surprised there's that long. Usually, them kind of trainings, like when I done health and safety, it's usually like 2 to 4 hours max. This one is 8 hours, like a whole day kind of.
I mean, I'm kind of happy about that, I guess, because I guess there's gonna be some like proper changes that you have to keep up with.
See, me personally, I don't agree with these trainings.
But you don't even know what the training is yet.
No, I mean, like I know what it's gonna be, like along the lines of what it's gonna be. Wash your hands. Don't go meet people. Don't go to the customers.
Okay, like when you're like a chef in like you're in a kitchen, right? How many chefs are right next to you?
In my kitchen, it's 3 of us.
Right, 3 of you. Do you guys do separate dishes? Like each chef does a separate dish?
No.
Or do you guys do all mix and match?
So basically, it's all joined into one. So you have one guy who does the meats, the sauce as we call it. Then you have another guy who does the starters, which is like a ladder section. Starters. It all just comes together. And one main chef just plates. Just puts it on a plate.
Okay.
Just give it to them and they play it. So yeah, it goes all around really. Like it's not just one person touching one dish.
I wonder now, like after all of this training and stuff, do you reckon like each chef will have to do its own dish now?
Probably.
No. Because anyways, when you prep the foods, everyone's prepping different things, isn't it? Let's say one is making the mayo, so you're still touching the ingredients. One is making, let's say, fucking peppercorn sauce, so you're still touching the ingredients.
One thing about there's gonna be like hospitality now that's gonna become like like for example you go to work and for example you don't really like your job. Let's say you work in a bar, you just don't really like it. And nice weather, everyone's going out and you're like, oh god damn, it's Friday, but I gotta go do my shift. It's gonna be very easy to call in sick.
Yeah, but remember,
you don't
2 weeks later,
because then you can't come back to work.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
But wouldn't that be a sick leave?
No,
No, I doubt it. Man.
Don't
I don't think.
because that's.
I don't think you
I
get
think
paid.
they will. I think they will change these regulations where the industry will come back to
No,
work.
but
And if
that's
someone,
what I'm saying. I think they will change it so they don't have to pay that. Because then everyone's gonna take the piss. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sick."
But
And
what
then-
about the case? But what about the cases that actually, for example, be real? For example, like, look, if you got on lockdown, you're getting furlough,
Or
but if
it might be that you need proof that you have the virus.
you might have to go do a test and see if it's positive
Yes,
test.
and then maybe like the hospital will give you like some written evidence.
Maybe, yeah. Because I'm thinking, like, gotta think about it. If your job is now, you're no longer on furlough, you gotta go back to work. And then let's say you do get sick now. Let's say, you get sick and, it could last for a while. Let's say a month, 3 weeks.
But no, you
So
have to understand, if I would get sick, they close the whole place down.
You reckon?
No, of course not, man. Like, you're working with with the colleagues, like, there's, let's say, like 15 colleagues.
Why are we opening it so soon then?
Because they're rushing.
Because gotta think about how many these places now will open. They have all their employees going away from furlough.
Because I was
and
wrong
then
as well. I
shut it again.
I was wrong on one thing as well. I thought it's only places who have beer gardens or terraces.
Oh, it's not?
It's not. You can have people sitting
Everywhere.
inside.
Just spread out.
Just spread out. But it's still like.
Okay, a question. Now, have you worked yet or not yet?
Well,
Tell us the story. Tell us the
volunteer.
story.
Oh, what
Tell us the
happened?
story.
So basically, my last day. Basically, I went to work. I was meant to be there for 11:30. I came a bit late. The usual me. I came like 20 to 12. I'm chilling there. I got everything ready, set up, for lunch. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Put my music on, chilling. And then it comes to like 1:45. And I'm like, for a cigarette. I'm having my coffee, having my cigarette, chilling. And I look inside because my kitchen is downstairs. So I can only see people when I'm upstairs having a cigarette. And there's no one there. The lights are still off. I was like, all right, let me finish the cigarette. Went upstairs. There's no one there. There's actually no one there. The doors are still locked. So I was like, all right, let me message my GM. Message the GM. She's like, yeah, didn't you get the message in the group chat that we're not open till July 4th? I was like, bitch, like you called me the day before telling me that I have to do the 2 Saturdays.
My man went there, opened the restaurant, chilled for 3 hours, and then went home.
No, what do you mean 3 hours, man? It wasn't even 3 hours. And I was hungover
less.
as well. I was hungover. I didn't want to go there. And I went there for no reason in the end.
Nice.
Oh, fair plays though. I would have made myself the biggest feast ever just for myself, since everything's on already.
Yeah. Okay, so you haven't worked with other people yet, right? When you came back and you did that 3 hour thing, or 2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Have you been back since there was people inside the store or like the restaurant?
No, but the way we do with the people who come in the store, they order outside. They would order outside, and then they come collect it. So when the food is ready, let's say, we would leave it. Like a waiter would take it to them packed up, leave it by the door by a table, and then they come collect. So there's literally no contact with the people. So
Okay, what about you guys, like the chefs? Do you guys wear face masks, anything like that?
no,
You guys-
because I'm just downstairs. I don't see anyone. No one can come to the kitchen.
Oh, so you're on. Okay.
Even the waiters can't really come to the kitchen. If they want to say something, they open the door, they shout it out, and that's it. That's like, yeah, there's no contact.
But what I'm wondering, like when you guys come back, everyone's gonna wear a face mask?
No, that's the problem.
Okay.
Because legally they can't make us wear a face mask. Like,
But wait, no, don't you think that meeting that you're gonna go that course is gonna be about that?
No,
that you're gonna have to wear.
Bro, man, the kitchen goes up to like 40 degrees. How are they gonna make me wear a fucking face mask? They can't. Like, they can't. It's impossible. What are you telling me? I'm gonna stand next to a grill, a fucking 250, 300 degrees grill, wearing a face mask?
That's what kebab shops do, man. Like
Yeah,
steaming
that's-
oil
yeah.
down there, boiling oil. Everyone's face masks.
Yeah, that's what I saw as well.
No,
yeah.
but you have to remember, like, chip shops, man, they don't really have any grills that much. Like, it's different grills that they have.
But I think that I really think that that's gonna be one of the things.
I doubt it.
Okay, look, I'm not saying that everybody's going to do it, but I think they will say to public that that's the new regulations that every single kitchen staff and waitress will have to wear a mask, just for for your own sake, kind of in your head that
Look, what I'm comparing to the countries that already opened restaurants and no one is wearing it. Cafes, yes. Cafes, yes, because you have to have the contact with the people. But like restaurants and pubs and all that.
I don't know much about it, but I don't think the virus survives high heat, isn't it? Like
exactly. So that's another thing, you know, like
yeah.
From kitchen perspective, it's like
reckon they might adjust like temperatures of cooking food and stuff to higher things, so you make sure that there's no bacteria.
I doubt so.
Anyways, that any bacteria dies at 72.
Yeah, that heat.
Okay.
Right.
No, I'm actually quite curious.
They say 72 in England, and then it's like 80 degrees in Scotland for some reason. I don't know.
Fair. But I'm actually very curious to hear what you're actually going to learn from that. Like, 'cause that'd be cool to see what they give, like inside info, what they're actually telling to the restaurant, like chefs and stuff. What's the new regulations now?
Hey, next podcast. Yeah, next podcast, because I would have done it by then. I can tell you like, how it is. Because there's a lot of things I want to see, like what they say, like exactly what they say.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to hear.
But I'm expecting to wash hands. That's all.
Well, I
for
don't
8
think
hours, man. Just wash hands. I doubt it.
Hey, the health and safety ones, they talk about the same thing for fucking 4 hours. It's the same.
Just make sure you got in your head, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna move on. I wanna move on from the COVID because there's nothing new with COVID. It's still poop. It's still happening. We had bump of cases in America again,
It's
rising up
spiking.
and
And
stuff.
UK today as well.
And
We got
UK
above
today,
100K,
and I know that media is gonna jump very hard on this. That this was because of the BLM protests and stuff.
Bullshit.
And
Bullshit.
I know. And look, I'm not saying that this. I'm not saying that this may not contribute to some degree. Yes, possibly big gatherings. It could have contributed to some, but I think most is gonna be of idiots.
The people who are fucking lining up for Primark. That's
Yes, look, I tell the same thing. Like, it's the same people who do this, who the ones who waited literally throughout the whole night, just waited for all Primark to open. The same ones that queued for 4 hours to go to McDonald's when they were to get a Big
same
Mac.
people that took all the toilet rolls.
Yeah, this are the same group of individuals who possibly lack a bit of common sense.
Wait, did you see it, Ram? Like the queues in town when you opened?
No,
It's
I haven't been
insane.
to town yet. Like,
No.
I literally haven't seen
Nah,
it.
probably
Like-
saw it, but yeah, man, it's mad. Like people are lining
I've not been to
up,
town. Like I just saw photos and it's just insane. Like, and also like we walked past I think New Street somewhere. Like it wasn't like a few days when the shops reopened, and it's insane. Like it looked like a busy Saturday afternoon.
and it was a
in Bol-
Tuesday or a Monday.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I was like, holy shit! I think everyone got a bit tired of COVID. Like at first,
Oh,
everyone
for
got a bit
sure,
scared,
for sure,
and I think
yeah.
everyone kind of just now forgot that it's still the same stuff. Nothing really has changed. Just because you're bored of the virus is not changed in any way. So everyone's now, oh fuck it. If I didn't have it by now, I'll be good.
I think
like,
what's happening, people start seeing the decreasing cases, and they're like, it's all good now. It's all fixed now. Fuck.
Yeah, and also like we got nowhere close to getting the herd immunity either. So like this could easily just fuck up everything. But
Well,
again,
what was it
we
that
should
told
blame
me
the government for
it
this.
takes like 2 years to get the immunity.
I guess we should be blaming government for putting lives in front of economy. I don't know. It's just
Man,
It is
have
what
you
it
guys,
is.
like, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but like I was like going through news and stuff, and like I saw that you know what's happening in Sweden, right? They didn't have any lockdowns, everything was still open, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, like one of his newspaper like articles, it said like Sweden is now the second most infected country in the world.
Nah, can't
Is
be.
it true, or is that some fake news? Fake news.
bro.
All right.
I did not see it anywhere, so I don't think
The
so. No.
second most infected is Brazil.
Yes,
Mm.
Brazil now
Mm.
is also second in deaths as well. Now they
So you
have
have
a really bad
You
time.
have USA, Brazil, India, Russia, and then I think UK, and then
Yeah, but then again, we don't know about China's.
well, China
Look,
just stopped giving numbers. They're just not
Yeah.
giving numbers for the last.
after like I think after 300K, they're just like, yeah, we don't have any more.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
you know
Stop
when it was
it.
when Trump had that argument with WHO.
Yeah. Also, look, we don't know how many countries are actually giving right numbers, and it's not to say that countries not giving the right, like faking the numbers, but also how many tests have been done.
Yeah, man.
But,
UK apparently
you
UK was faking it. Apparently, when it was like 30-something thousand, it was above 70,000 at that time. But then
Well,
again,
you think there's more than there is? that
Yes.
they
Yeah.
say?
easily.
I think
Because, look-
I think it's less than they say.
Mm.
Look, it could be. I don't think we'll ever find out exactly what happened to all these countries, especially when it involves
One
big
question
countries.
I have is Belarus. That's one question.
That's weird. Yeah, they didn't give a fuck about the whole virus.
I
They
don't
didn't
know
do
if Ram
anything.
heard about Belarus, but they were
Belarus didn't do anything. They're the only country as well didn't stop the sports. They kept on playing football and shit. That's the only football. Any sports that were available, it was Belarusian sports.
basically
Not the whole COVID.
what Sweden done. They done it. They had like a some like lockdown precautions, but they didn't do it to extreme like us. So they just had like the 2 meter rule and no fans, no public places, like big public places like concerts or
Yeah.
whatnot. But
But nothing
Belarus,
got closed.
no, restaurants were still open, but they had like some social distancing. But
Yeah.
Belarus
They do nothing.
just said fuck you all, we're not doing anything.
What did the prime minister said? Said drink more vodka to kill the virus.
The president said, we're gonna be okay, just go to the sauna and drink some vodka. That's it. Literally, that's what he said while playing a
I
hockey,
mean,
while in a hockey game.
And that's a weird thing. Like, and they don't really have a lot of
They
cases.
don't have. They are under 10,000.
Which is like,
yeah, but what's the population of Belarus?
9 million, more than
Yeah.
Sweden. You
Like,
know what I mean? Like
Okay.
things don't add up.
It's weird. It's very strange how like you would expect a country who did not follow any protocols to be just
But like any at all.
50% dead by now. You know, like would be catastrophic numbers, but it's nowhere close to it. It's like quite the opposite of it. And it's like, well, how did that work?
Also, Belarus has a really high percentage of elder people, like over.
But also, could it also be that they were not testing people?
No, they were.
Were they?
Yeah, man, you can see in the news.
But they had very low numbers of testing, weren't they?
No, of course it's lower, but man, people are not dying. People would.
Okay, maybe.
Like, people would see that people are dying, innit?
Maybe it's because it's harder to get into Belarus compared to like other European countries.
Maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure Belarus has a closed border, so
No,
like Europeans can't get into it.
No, you can. From
Do you need a visa?
From Lithuania, you can go to Belarus.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we had like a closed border or something.
I think you mean the one next to Klaipėda. What's that? Because that's part of Russia. I think you have to have a visa to go there because it's a Russian. You remember, Maud? We checked one day how weird it is. That is it Kaliningrad?
I think it's Kaliningrad. Yeah.
You know what I mean, Ram? Or
well, like when you cross over to Nida and then you go to the left.
Yes.
And then you got the Russia, yeah.
And then you're in Russia.
Oh,
it's the only country in the world that has that, where it has its own, like it has Russia land not joined to Russia land. It's very weird. They won in World War II. It's a bit silly.
It's just a port. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, okay, so Belarus, they had 900,000 deaths, whatever it says on this world meter. 900,000 tests until basically.
How
so
many
what did they done? 60.
60? Okay, I was wrong. I thought it's less than
60,000.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot, but still, like.
Total deaths 300.
See, one thing I don't understand.
Vodka probably, man.
Oh, I guess he was right. Didn't it? Just go to sauna, lads.
It is a spirit, isn't it?
No, but it's true. They did say that the virus does thrive. Not that I think it dies quicker, but it something about spreading. Something about it reduces the virus ability, I think, of spreading in heat.
Okay, so
that was one of the things.
Why is India like that? Why is Brazil like that?
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think there was just too many of them there. Also, can you talk out my ass? I don't really know. It was something about the heat that I read about. I didn't get to read also to it.
Brazil, I think you all seen why Brazil has it so bad.
Yeah.
Because the government...
They got no support.
No, the government just said like, I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't exist and blah blah blah.
But don't you think? But don't you think that's what our government is doing right now? Reopening it for the sake of for saving the economy. Like it's just for the sake of economy. Let's open, and if people get sick, people get sick. People will survive, some will die. But
I agree with that. Yeah.
Not necessarily a bad point because we know that reaching a herd immunity would be like really good. Like it would suck to get at first, but once we get it, we can actually be quite alright, and the economy might stay. I mean, I don't know.
The problem is what I said to you earlier today, man, is that like it's summer now, but we have 2 months of summer left.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then after that, when it starts getting colder, if we still have the virus in the UK by like October, we are screwed. in my opinion. Like I think
once it gets cold, people start getting flu and cold and shit. Yeah.
Usually, like when I get a flu, I usually get it in like November, October.
November, October. Yeah, that's the
when
flu
I think
season.
most people get it, like So.
I don't know, man. Because like, look, summertime, loads of people get hay fever, more sneezing and stuff like that compared to like colds. I think hay fever is larger, isn't it? Like, man, let's say a month of October of colds compared to like a whole summer of sneezing. Across the whole population.
True. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Okay, let me ask you both a question. Do you think it's too early or not too early?
Too early.
Too early.
Even though I want to go back to work like crazy, but I think just because like all this shit's still happening, everyone's like, especially now.
I got a good perspective on this. So a lot of times they will use that example as we have like obviously they're doing this because economy is going to poop and they can't bail us out for that long. They will have to give the money back. Everyone's saying about we're getting all this furlough money and all this bounce back loans from the government and stuff. That money will come back.
Yeah,
it's not free money.
The problem with the fallout money as well is like I'd rather have my full wages and go to work for it. Like that's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. So like I'm looking for so I'm a small business owner and like they say they're doing this for small businesses to basically get everyone back on their feet. But I'll rather wait an extra 3 months. I don't care. August 1st, whatever. But I'll rather wait that and I can resume my business and actually make money. Because I know what's gonna happen. Like if I resume my business right now, like just before the lockdown, I invested just over something like over £3,000 into marketing. And then the virus hit. I booked in loads of jobs, and then some of them got cancelled, some of them got delayed and delayed and delayed. Like the biggest one probably was the photography show at NAC. That was one of my biggest projects I booked in. And yeah, of course it got scrapped because I did a virtual tour instead. So I'll rather wait. Like it sucks. I'm getting no money. Waste a lot of money in this marketing, which gave me no return. It's really shit. But I'll rather wait for a few months, and then I can have my business. I can actually, for example, like okay, I think it's calmed down now, so I can put some money towards marketing again and start the business up again. But if I do it now, I don't want to do it now because I don't know if it's going to kick off again because we did it a bit too early. So if I invest money again now and it kicks off and we have a lockdown or people are a bit shady because numbers jumped up really high, I lose money again and then I'll really be screwed and I just close the business probably. So I'll rather wait and I'm going to choose to do it because I don't know. I'll just choose to do it. I'll wait till like I know we're safe and I know I can invest money back into the business where I know that the money just won't get burnt out and won't disappear. This is just, I don't know. I think a lot of small business owners think that way.
The way I look at it, man, is like from what I work in is like reopening, but I know I'm gonna be there for let's say 50 hours doing nothing. So what's the point paying me full wages? Instead, just wait 3 more weeks. It just takes 3 more weeks. Just wait.
But I know, and also look, I understand companies are losing on particular things, like obviously they're losing on rent if they're renting a premises and stuff. But also that, like, government's giving quite a bit of leeway in terms of like bounce back loans,
but government's helping the bigger businesses more. So the bigger businesses.
Because bigger businesses, like, look, if you have more employees, it's way harder to sustain yourself to some degree. But then it comes to a point that, well, it doesn't cost you anything not to open a business because your employees' wages are actually covered by the government. If you don't give them 100%, they get 80%, which is still very good.
Oh, boys, I'm sweating. Oh my God. It's so hot.
Yep. I got the same thing. Got the titty sweat. It's terrible.
Have you got your window open?
Yeah, man, it's fully open.
Yeah, it's open, bro.
I had to like.
I told you, Dovis, you're a bit of a cold-blooded animal or something. Jesus Christ, it's hot.
It's definitely warm, but it's not like.
It's not warm. It's hot.
It's not like sweating.
That's good.
How can you sweat sitting down?
Bro, how can you sweat sitting down? Because it's really hot. It's really hot, mate. Yeah. All right. So look,
I'll move to Africa.
Yeah. Jesus. Good luck on that, mate.
All right, so look, okay, let's move away from the COVID. I think we covered a bit of basic ground where we feel about it. I want to talk about the biggest news. I think there was not much news this week. I mean, we had PS5 last week, and that was all fun and crap. And Apple done their yearly presser, the yearly reveal of the new stuff they're gonna release. So no new device has been released. The biggest thing we had was the iOS 14. And now this is where I'm gonna get. I'm not an Apple fan anyway. It's just not even a little bit.
I heard that somewhere before.
Yeah, so I owned an iPhone back in the day with an iPhone 3, and then I went to 4, and then I switched to Android. I've had Android before iPhone, but I stick to iPhone for a bit. So we released iOS 14. And I know I've seen already how Apple always does this with any new feature. Doesn't matter that it's old as hell, and we had it for a long time on different devices. But they always make a big deal out of it, that this is the new revolutionary way to see your phone's home screen. You can now put a weather widget on your screen. I'm like, I swear to God, I had something called HTC One in like 2008. And it came with that. And I could just change it whatever I wanted to. Ram, you had Androids. Remember, like, widgets, never, like, at first it was cool because you get like new widgets and it's like you can put like cool stuff. That was cool, but I'm sorry, and this is not like a lot of widgets. This is like some preset Apple widgets that you can put, like talking like weather, news, sports tracking, stocks, that kind of stuff. So basically, instead of, on the iPhone, you got that left page where it has the widgets. So now you can put it anywhere you want, basically within the app drawer where you got all the apps. I was like, I'm sorry, but it's not a big fee. Like, anyways.
True. Okay.
Anyways, okay. So we have that now. Now, another thing we can do, we can put apps in libraries now. Like I was able to do it the whole time on my phone. Oh, look. Oh, there's a folder called Google.
What do you mean by libraries?
Oh, my old Google folders are here.
Yeah, you can basically do that. You can create a folder.
So now, no, this is now, I think as far as I understand, it's, you select it and all your apps are grouped up automatically into squares. For example, you can see all your apps on one screen. No more sliding to the right to see all your apps. It's all on one screen, just like in squares and categories.
No, but you could do that on Apple now, like before the update. You could, if you have the time, you could make the folders.
Well, it's gonna do for you now itself. So that's cool.
Nice.
People being lazy.
People being stupid. But anyways, okay.
Right,
So the
next?
widgets. I spoke about the widgets. I don't know why people are saying it's a cool thing, and I know that Apple fans are gonna be like,
not gonna lie,
oh my
like
God.
personally, because I was an Android, and the reason I got this phone is because like the amount I had to pay for it was pretty good for what I got. I mean, that's like one of the reasons I am missing Android, because of that weather widget. Because normally I have to go into Google and stuff like that, but like when you flip it, you're like, it's gonna rain tonight. Bam.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look, you just unlock your phone and it just shows me on top. Oh, it's my time, and it shows what's the degrees and what's happening. It's not rocket science, but Apple always does this. But they one thing love about Apple, that they are very good at selling stuff. They're very good at marketing themselves. So obviously, when they come out, they made this big conference like, and now you can put your weather widget on your screen. Never miss a good day's morning again. I was like, get out of here. We had this. I swear to guys, for a decade. For at least a decade, we had this. For at least a decade. So
you angry boy, man.
Because it's. Look, Apple's done this so many times. For example, when they came out with an iPad, I was like, holy shit, an iPad. What are we talking, like a computer? Like, just like a small computer, like a big screen. Like the one that Microsoft released 6 years ago. But, again, you can't blame them because Microsoft didn't do a good job of branding it and promoting it. Therefore, that device pretty much died like a couple of years into the service. So Apple's very good at promoting it, and it has a really massive base crowd. But then, let's not get into the pricing either, because they fuck the whole thing for pricing devices because they won't follow them.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
I know because it worked. But they always keep on pushing it. Like a new device, like now it's $1,600. I'm like, oh, $1,600, okay. But then the next one comes out and it's a bit more. They're like, didn't I pay 500 quid for like iPhone 4 brand new? Every year it's like a 100 quid increase, and you're like, soon enough, $2,000 for a new phone.
Oh, easily. I reckon like in the next 20 years we'll have like a chip or something, and it's gonna be like worth a car, man. And it's like just a new update on it, man.
I really think that in 20 years we won't have to have a phone. It's already in here somewhere. Drilled inside.
You're talking too much about 20 years.
Looking for this one.
20 years we won't be alive.
Yeah, we will, man. Okay, Mr. Chef, man.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go through a list of features there. Okay, so now Siri, they basically say, oh, we have new Siri interface, and they show the nice animations and whatnot. So the only thing that's new about it, when you fucking call out Siri or you press Siri, it no longer takes a full screen. It just appears in the bottom. Just like, let's say, just like. Cool. Wait, what's other? Oh, Google Assistant. Yeah. So just like that.
Yeah, but Google Assistant is trash. To be fair, I like it.
Siri is actually better at understanding commands as 100%.
Yeah.
It's way better at understanding commands. It understands more stuff. But one thing that they improved also now, Siri no longer, well, it will do less of that thing where, for example, you say something and be like, oh, I think it says, let me look up that for you on the web.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, so basically they improved that it will do that less often now. Like it will have its own, basically have more information. That's about it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a new interface, you know, shows them that. Not a big deal. Now you can have your iPhone and you can watch your favorite show on Netflix whilst multitasking. Something called Picture-in-Picture mode by Apple.
Oh, finally, man. To be fair, finally. It's been like 5 years, man, behind.
But they know how long we had that on Androids. Like, literally, it's about 5 years. I think the Samsung Galaxy first brought that out. And it was like, whoa, that's neat. But, and also, it's not, you still can't split screens. Like, you know, on Android, you can just split, like, you know, into 4s or into 2s. It's just a minimized version of that app floating about and you can move it around. It can't split screens still. So that's next year update. Next year we got.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay.
So that's one thing. Okay, so there's something called app clips, which is pretty cool. Apparently Google has them as well. Like I didn't look into it because I've never used it. I think it's more America thing. But basically, you will get to use some apps like in a mini version without downloading them. Is that by sending a signal, a small portion of that app will be usable to you. So like
it's like a trial, like a demo thing.
No, it's for like a one particular function. So like order this food or send money to this person. Like small little in-app things now can pop out. I think it's mostly gonna be focused on business. I mean, at least what they showed a plumbing company. Basically, it'll pop out and it'll show you, let's say, the company's logo or the company's picture, and then if you want to do more, you can download the full app or you can go to the website. So like a little shortcut to like other things, basically, which is cool. Apparently Google has that, but I've never used it, and I don't know why, but you know, it's cool. Someone will use
that's
it.
the first time I heard of it, but okay.
Yeah. So now you can pin your messages, which again, that's cool. I wish Google to have that as well. Like, you know, for example, you know, when you open a message, for example, and you're like, oh, you couldn't be bothered to reply to somebody, or you like, you know, like you keep it on the notification bar, you don't move it, so don't forget about it. So now you can just pin it. So we'll just show to you that. So that's like, don't think Google has that. Like, I really don't think it does. So that's really cool.
That's great for ghosting.
Yeah. No, not even that, but just like, you know, sometimes like, you know, you can't think of something to say, or you're like, oh, I can't text nothing now because I don't know just yet, but then you forget about it.
Ghosting.
Ghosting. So anyways, that's a cool feature. It's a very small thing, which I'm surprised not many more companies do. Pinning a text message doesn't sound that difficult. Like, but yeah, it's cool. I like that feature. I wanted to say emojis, but it's not called emojis. It's not called emojis. It's called memojis. I don't even know that's what they call it. That's what they call it. You know, the emojis that can do your face and then you can talk and like.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like
it's called, I didn't even know it was called memoji, but it's called. So basically, have more memojis. Basically, you can now have a face mask on your memoji. I don't care about it. So I don't know who cares about this. Anyways,
that's for teenagers, isn't it?
So I mean, look, Jordan has it on your iPhone, and I was like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's a cool little gimmick. And she can call me and like, you know, show like a cat's head or whatever, and he talks like. It's fun for a day. When you get the iPhone, you want to mess about with it, it's fun. But so the new emojis, I'm gonna just say it just to kind of say it. So there's 7 new hairstyles. There's 16 new pieces of headwear, 3 new emoji stickers, face coverings, and expanded range of ages.
Bro, it just feels like they have nothing to do, and they're like, oh.
I know.
New emojis, you know.
Dovi just walked away. That's what I'm thinking. Like they just have like a lot of staff, and like everyone has to do something. You have to work. So like, I don't know, like put some face coverings in emojis. Got you, boss. I'm on it. Like it just sounds like they just kind of like putting, but also why like they don't have a lot of things implemented already. Like why don't you just do a massive overhaul of the UI and put like this? Just copy Android. We already know you are. Just don't hide it no more. Be like, all right, we got all the features as Android, but our devices are better. like they really good design. They look cool. So like, just do it. God damn it! Like it must be not hard to do it. So, anyways, maps improvement. Maps improvement was a big deal. I mean, basically added more maps, more accurate maps. You have like more descriptions of like highlight places in tourism and stuff, which is great.
But nobody uses that Apple Maps or whatever. Everyone uses Google Maps.
They do, but one thing about it is really cool now. They have mapped out cycle paths. Which
I could use that, to be fair.
So that's the thing. Like I know in Google it does show cycle paths, but this is like it shows like roads for bikes. Like not like on Google, like if you press you go with the you get a little bicycle icon, it'll just show you basically you can ride on a pavement and everywhere else. So this shows you now actual bicycle paths, which apparently Google doesn't have, which is pretty cool.
That's good. That's very good.
You want to go for a little bicycle ride? You can have a look. Where is like nearest bicycle route and where can come back? It's really neat. So that's can't judge about. Okay, we're getting to golden nuggets now. The new Apple Translate. Just like what's the company that everyone uses usually? Like you always I want to translate something and which one you open? Google Translate, isn't it that one? Yeah. So, and you know what? It looks exactly like the interface looks exactly the same as Google Translate. But again, I guess there's not much interface to work with really there. But anyways, they have their own in-translating app now, which is, is gonna come with, I presume, straight installed in the iPhone. So
hopefully it's like installing my Apple Watch as well. That'd be pretty good. I'm not sure Android watches, can they do that? Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't. But I mean, I have to like talk to it. But yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
So Safari improvements, just they added different languages and stuff. They added now better translate pages stuff, which is good. Another big thing that I don't think it's not even in this list for some reason. But another big thing is now you can finally change your default apps. So you can change, for example, your default browser, toss that crappy Safari browser, put Chrome on or Mozilla. You can change all the default in apps that you weren't able to change before. I think like browser, music player, like the ones you couldn't change, the ones
really, like video player and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you can change that stuff.
That's literally first Android you can do that. But
no, it's still not all, but it's better now. So Safari improvements.
Sneaky Copperberg out of nowhere.
So you can like I don't know why it's look. You can save passwords on Apple, can you?
Yeah.
Save passwords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could literally go now and check on my password.
Yeah. So basically, the new feature is for data breaches that all those passwords that you save in that Apple password thing, it's called something, isn't it? Like Apple Wallet.
It's something like that. Yeah.
So it's called that. So now they have a thing where it'll basically will monitor all your emails and passwords, and it'll tell you if it was at some point breached. So it's been leaked out. I don't know how they do it, but I guess maybe they'll compare it to some sort of database where it's been used at. I don't know, but they're using this. So that's cool. Then you got new CarPlay. With the cars that are compatible with Apple CarPlay. Includes like your EV charging, parking, and food ordering apps all inside the car and stuff. You now can open your new BMW series. I think it was 3 or something. I'm not sure. Was it 5?
I think. Yeah,
it was the big boy one. The big boy new one. Yeah. So you can now do that, which is cool. I mean, I don't know if I want to. But
like I read about it like today about this thing. Like you can use it to unlock your car or lock your car.
Yeah.
And you can share your car key to 5 other members. So you can send it on iMessage. So like it's a message thing.
That's pretty cool.
And you can literally regulate. So that car can only go to like 20% of its power. Speed limit is that. Acceleration is that. It can go to this range. So a car can go in any further. So if you got like a kid, you can borrow that car. There you go. You can have a key. You can drive.
Remind me this of? When Tesla was first taken up and we said we're going to do something like ride sharing where your car will make money for you when you work?
Yeah. Okay.
This would probably be something to do. This would probably work. Like, you can set parameters where people could just like fuck off with your car.
The rental
really far
companies
away.
can do that. Literally, you got your phone. You don't need to post your keys. Don't need to go to pre-check something like that.
It's like we left your car outside your house somewhere, or like your car is parked somewhere on a map.
No, let's say before you go on a holiday, you rent this car, and you tell what time you're gonna land. They're like, okay, here's the app. You download it. You get like a receipt on the app. You land, and bang, you got the keys. You don't need to go nowhere. Everything's been pre-checked already. Your background checked, your passport checked through your phone.
I guess it will take some time for like public to get. Because look, like all the people will not like this, but even myself, like I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to have my car keys on my phone. But I mean, we got everything else on there already.
But the renting thing is a sick idea because when I went on holiday and we were renting a car. It was horrible to rent it and go through all the documents. I don't know, maybe Ram, you done it where you rented a car abroad. It's horrible because they check every single thing about you. You need to put like £3,000 to £5,000 deposits.
Yeah,
and it's just too much hassle. So with that kind of thing,
and then you need to wait till your money comes back for the deposit, which takes up to 14 days and stuff like that.
It's just horrible.
And you literally drop like 3K. You're like.
Yeah. Now another thing was with the CarPlay stuff that you can now change the wallpaper.
Nice.
I don't know. For the car, so CarPlay is like in-car, like in-car system.
So like
like the screen inside the car, we sat nav and play music. So it's Apple CarPlay. But you can now change the background wallpaper on it, which I think is cool. Like,
tell me in 10 years when I have enough money to buy that kind of car.
Yeah, that's fair place. Okay, so now this was cool. AirPods. At first, when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, this is neat. Like, it's neat if you own a lot of Apple devices, obviously, but your AirPods now, obviously, like how AirPods like react when you take them out, they'll stop playing music and stuff like that.
Yep.
So now, for example, you listen to music on your phone, and you put your phone down, and now you stand in front of your MacBook. The music will automatically, or whatever content you're consuming, will switch to that device. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like that.
Let's say you're watching plus 18 video on your phone. And just saying, you got your big screen or whether you got that, let's say your television is connected to that Apple or whatever broadcasting thing. Like
and
Netflix
you got close to it.
Yeah. Do you reckon that gets transferred? You put your phone in your pockets because you're trying to get past someone and that pops up. So there you see there's pluses and minuses. I guess you can turn it off.
No, of course you can turn it off. But that is a very good point. Yeah, sometimes maybe you don't want. Yeah, you could just literally put your phone in your pocket because you just privacy or something, and then it just gets streamed to that device that someone else is holding.
You're like shit.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess they have thought about that. It'll be some sort of smart tech. We have to be
like
really
a setting
close.
where you can switch it off, and
yeah, 100%. I mean, the other things are fairly small, which, I don't know, again, we had those for a long time. Like, basically, if someone calling you and you're browsing an app or watching a movie, instead of taking a whole screen, telling you someone's calling you, it'll appear on the top. Like on Android.
Yeah, that's ancient. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but also that was not a feature in Apple before, which is strange to me. Like,
wait, say that again.
No, when someone's call, for example, for example, when you're browsing Netflix or something, you're doing something and someone's calling you. So instead of your call appearing on a full screen and just, distracting from whatever you're doing, it'll appear now on the top.
Like all the scammers from India, you mean, when they're calling you.
Yeah, you can just press hang up on them without distracting from what you're doing originally.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But it's cool because you never own an Android.
Yeah.
I can't with this shit. Look, Doris, you are the problem. Because people who never fucking tried Android with good software and good cool stuff.
No.
That's cool. That's cool, man.
No. I'm not having this, man. You can't say I'm the problem. Look, for me, I don't give a shit what I'm using.
But you found it cool.
No, that specific feature, but I don't give a shit what I'm using, man. I could be using Android. I could be using, for all I care, man, I could be using Nokia 3310.
Such a good phone. Such a good phone. God damn it.
I'm not here to fight with Android and Apple. I don't care. I literally don't care.
I've got an Android in my drawer if you want it. It's better than your iPhone right now.
Well, I don't care, bro. My iPhone, man, look at it. Look at it. Look how it looks.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Your iPhone doesn't even charge half the times.
Yeah, but it does the job. Like, I can call people, I can text people. That's all I need.
Sometimes.
For me, one reason I like Apple is just because it's how simple it is. Like in menus, I find it more simpler.
It's for simple people. You simps.
But when people are getting upset, like, I hate Apple, I hate Android, it just makes me laugh. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not your company. What are you fighting about? Like,
it's the same as you talking about football, isn't it?
No, but that's different. You have supporters.
But it's not your company.
No, but you have supporters.
But I support the brand that I like. Isn't that the same thing?
No, it's not the same, man.
Come on, it's the same.
It's not a brand. It's a football club. It has history behind it. It's not just a company that makes
So is Apple.
Yeah, but how old is Apple? If you want to talk history, how old is Apple? Like, it's
70s, something like that. 76.
How old is football clubs? No, like.
No,
shut your that.
Yeah,
no.
you're comparing it very backwards here. No,
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna fight over something that's like I don't care about.
No one's fighting. No one's fighting. We're just discussing things. Like it was the same thing I'll be discussing about football clubs. Like it was the same stuff. We're just discussing why that's shit and that's good, or vice versa. It's your opinion, isn't it? See, look, you get so emotional about football.
No, because man, you can't say one is shit and one is not shit because they both.
I can say it.
They both had bad things. They both had bad
Mode evil person, man.
No,
but I can say it's my opinion. I'm not saying that my opinion is true. It's just our opinion, isn't it?
Okay. So, but like, is there a point to be arguing about something that isn't yours?
But no one's arguing. Neither is Man U is yours. You don't own it.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't even live in Manchester.
Well, you support Man U?
Yeah.
I know. It's a trophy.
Get out here, man.
What do you mean get out here? What do you support? What do you mean trophy?
No one anymore, man.
Guys, do some research about football before we get into football. Like, let's not get into football. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna argue about football with you, lad. Like, nah, I'm not having it.
You see, but that same argument you just played yourself. Same argument applies. You shouldn't be talking about Android or Apple because you know nothing about technology. But I don't know nothing about football.
Yeah, but that's what they're selling. That's why I don't get involved. That's why I don't give a shit. Like I just don't care.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, that's what we were talking about. Exactly. No one was arguing. We were just putting points across.
No,
but then we somehow stumble upon football.
Yeah,
notch it down a bit. Right.
I just don't like the hate. I don't like the hate. Apple is shit.
Man U shit.
Okay, Man U is shit. In your eyes, Man U is shit. That's fine. Who do you support?
No one. Don't watch football.
There you go. So how can you say Man U is shit?
I know.
I never said Android. I never say Android or Apple is shit because I don't know enough about it.
We're just messing with you, man. We're just messing with you, man. Relax.
Yeah, don't take it so serious.
No, I'm just explaining. If you guys both jumping on me, I'm gonna explain myself. Simple as.
What have you explained?
Okay.
Let's move on. Oh, that was fun. Okay, Apple stuff. I think that was. I mean, there was other bits and bobs with that Apple from I think 2-year period now transitioning from basically having Intel CPUs into their MacBooks. Now will transition to their own CPUs, ARM based CPUs, which could be cool. Because we know from they optimize their hardware well for phones and stuff. Not sometimes as a good thing, sometimes they choose battery power or performance or vice versa. But yeah, they're moving on from Intel. Apparently, they will even once they move after the 2-year period onto their own processors, they will still have some models that will use Intel. Presume maybe the high-end ones. At some point, they're probably just going to vent it out fully where they just use their own stuff. But apparently, the first device with the new ARM chip will be released this year, which would be cool to see.
Do you reckon that's going to be crazy expensive?
I think it will be. I think it might be cheaper, actually.
Do you reckon it could be like a simplified version of a Mac?
So that's the thing. Look, you say ARM processors. I don't know how it's going to work because a lot of stuff won't work on it. Like video games. Not that you play video games on Apple devices, to be honest. Some people do, but it's not the platform. I mean, it's gonna be. Maybe it could be mobile.
maybe it could be like a small, like, a children's computer, like before, like a step to go, like the.
I think it's going to be very much like Google Chrome laptops. Chromebooks.
Okay.
Like their own.
They're pretty cool,
obviously,
to be fair.
They are, but again, they usually have, some of them have Intel, but some of them have the ARM mobile chips inside, and then you can't run a lot of stuff. Like, for example, simple stuff like Skype. Maybe it's out now, I'm not sure, but I know it was a big deal back when it just came out. You couldn't run Skype and other things. So there probably will be some problems, but it's Apple. They're gonna focus heavily on their own first-party stuff. So, hey, that's fair play.
Interesting. We'll see where you go.
That's kind of thing about it. Where we came from the conference, as far as I remember, really. Some cool stuff. They're refreshing the iOS. Oh, they also released a new Mac OS as well, which is now called. I saw the name. It's called the Big Sur. And it basically it's the biggest one in the recent days. It's a massive overhaul of how it looks, which that's what they said. And
it looks exactly the same.
No, everything's rounded. All the corners are now round and stuff. No more sharp edges and stuff like that, which they never really had many before. It's more transparent, more glass look. It looks like Windows Vista, to be honest. A little bit, but it has like notification.
Tragedy, man.
Yeah, it has
Windows.
Windows was terrible, but they have the notification bar and it pops up top. You can have like like on a phone.
Well,
when
why
everyone
hated Vista so much?
It didn't work.
Oh, it was absolutely garbage.
For the first, I think for a year or two, for the first, this didn't work.
So
like
which one
apps wouldn't launch.
7, isn't it?
XP or 7.
Yeah.
XP or 7.
No, I mean like the more modern one.
Yeah,
7?
modern one 7. Yeah, but XP was an absolute kill as well.
But that was old.
Yeah,
how old is XP? It's old, isn't it?
So 2002, something like that. 2004,
Yeah,
2002,
early
something
2000s,
like
man.
And
yeah, because
and Vista was before 7 or after 7?
2008, I think Vista was.
But to be fair, like,
6.
how much they
why
advanced
people hate
on the looks?
But what was the problem with it?
the looks are the best thing about Vista. It looked cool. That's why we all wanted it. I downloaded all the betas and alphas, but basically what happened, they just didn't implement it properly. Like a lot of stuff didn't work. It came with a lot of massive bugs. Basically, literally, like it was unusable for the first like few months. Most of the apps in the launch, none of the games worked. It was just terrible. Like it was just a massive failure. But Microsoft, for some reason, can't break that streak of unlucky. Like they released like let's say 95, shit. Well, so it depends. 98, great platform. Windows 2000, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah.
Then Windows XP, great. Windows 7, oh, it looks cool, but it fucking doesn't work. Shit. Windows 7, great.
No, Windows Vista and then Windows 7.
Windows Vista, then Windows 7, and then we had Windows 8.
Garbage.
Windows 8. What?
Yeah,
yeah,
why
man,
the
absolute
fuck?
garbage, man.
They put this tile view, which I know they removed it in Windows 8.1, but why did you do it? It was for tablet. It was tablet focused. It made no sense on desktop. There's just loads of tiles, and you gotta keep on scrolling through them.
But was there a 9th one? Windows 9.
No, then it went to Windows 10. And now I don't know if they're releasing a new one or they're just gonna keep on.
So wait,
a lot of
you're like Windows 10.
Yeah. Took some time to get over it, coming from Windows 7, I guess. Because Windows 7 for the longest time still outperformed Windows 10, especially in games.
Windows 7 was more simple, innit? Like more simple to like search through your computer, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Look, I'm saying from my perspective, who doesn't use computer.
Yeah, I think from Windows 10 they changed a lot of UIs that we liked, which is still buried in there. Like for example, control panel. You have to go to the all settings bit now, which doesn't have my stuff that I'm used to from literally Windows XP or Windows 98.
Like sound settings, you need to go into device manager and everything, like extra stuff.
I wish they left just a little shortcut for control panel. But yeah. But Windows 10, like it took some time to get used to. I don't know if you're gonna have the next one. Look, a lot of stuff is doing the same way recent days now, even completely like with video games or any software that has a lot of success. Somehow people are now holding on to releasing new ones. They just keep on upgrading and building upon the platform. So I think the Windows 10 might be in a similar way where it's gonna keep on releasing like it might be like Windows 10.1. or or something like that. I don't think we're gonna see Windows 11 or whatever it would be. I don't think we're gonna see it for a while. I think they're gonna keep on just because they keep on pushing like every autumn. We have a massive overhaul, which does change a lot of stuff. So I think we're gonna just keep on focusing on that, to be honest, because it works.
Someone is sweaty there.
Man,
yeah.
I'm dying.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
so hot.
It's dark already, man. Okay,
Man, my window's open fully, man. I'm dying. Like, my
It's
fan's
so
blowing.
hot. Yeah, it's so hot.
Guys, you're lucky you have a fan. I don't even have a fan.
I can't have you on me, innit? Because we record
I'm
the
your
podcast.
fan, man. I'm your fan.
Ah, that was cute.
Yes, fan. Yes, fan.
Okay, so I wanna we're gonna do a short one anyways today. So I'll probably wanna cover a few other bits and bobs. I mean, I want to cover shortly, not get too deep into it because I still don't know all the deals and I've not played the game myself, so I don't know that much about it.
Didn't have Ram have something as well?
It's okay. We can do it.
Yeah.
After.
So The Last of Us 2. That was the bit that a lot of critics came out with really high credible scores. We're talking like 9s and 10s and stuff like that. So Metacritic is sitting at 95 right now, which is insane, incredible score. But then user score, it's now actually increased. I think it was 3.1 at some point. Now it's 4.4. And like
was
I read
that
a couple articles.
That don't make sense though.
Out of 10. Yeah, it does happen sometimes, but not that big of a difference. I don't know. So
you have the people who know what they're talking about.
I read an article, I think it was from the New Yorker, where I can't remember exactly, but a big majority of those negative reviews that came from users came, I think, something like 3 hours after the game was actually worldwide launched, which doesn't make sense. And then it kind of went into a bit of a deeper subject that this game focused quite a bit on, like LGBTQ, basically on all that. And don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but don't know. It's really weird how the critics are rating it so high, but then users having such a bad game with this.
What
like,
are the users saying like what they rate?
Yes, a lot of the comments are about this LGBTQ and social media justice warriors.
The reviews say that.
Oh, I just saw a big spoiler. Assholes. Wow, what the video. I got big spoilers. In that one. Ouch. Okay, didn't know that was gonna happen. Yeah, so basically everyone's complaining about a bad story. Everyone's focusing, and I just remember that Last of Us had a really good story. Like, it was a really good story.
Yeah.
And like everyone's just focusing that it was a bad story, that basically not focusing enough on the actual apocalypse, but focusing more on like sexuality and gender. So I'm not sure what's all that about, but I guess they're focusing a lot about the whole LGBTQ and
right. Think about it, like you're born, right? And like, let's say up to like 12, there's no like love or anything like that. It's all about it, playing games and stuff like that. So Last was first. Ellie's age was like what, 12 to 14 or something like that. So she's pretty much
young,
a child. So there's no love in that in life. Like currently for us, was she in love when he was 12 or like 13?
Probably, but like very,
Yeah, but that love is not love.
Consider.
It was just like a running around.
Exactly.
Now, like the story continues a bit later down. So she's like in her teens and like her early 20s. This age is literally, it's time for fucking literally. Everyone likes making love, sex,
it makes
all
sense.
these stories, man.
When did the first one come out?
PS3.
Yeah, like ages ago, man. It's been a while.
Like 2000,
more than 10 years?
No, more like 6, 7.
Yeah, like 2013 or 12, something like that.
It's quite an old game then.
Yeah,
but it's a really good. I
but then
love
again, like it just shows like for me, like I don't really care about because like about this LGBT.
2013 it came out.
There you go. So I think like what they're trying to portray in the story is like about the character itself, not about Apocalypse. Like in the first one as well, it was all about her pretty much.
It was
how to survive a virus, and
But there's only been one part. Well, before.
Yeah.
But the spoiler that I read just now, I think there's a little bit to do with that as well. I can't say that. Yeah, I'm not saying anything about it. But,
so please don't tell me, man.
No, but if anyone who's played this and obviously knows the spoiler, maybe it's because I can't say it without doing anything, so I'm just gonna leave it. But yeah, possibly. But yeah, anyways, I want to play the game, but I sold my PS4 about 6 months ago.
How much is it now?
To buy the game?
The game, yeah.
Probably drop down to like 50. You can probably find a deal for like 45 or something like that.
Okay, and how? I'm assuming there's no multiplayer. Yeah.
No, it's always solo. Yeah, it's 50 quid basically.
Okay, so how long is the story?
25 hours, 35 hours.
Oh, that's pretty long compared to our first one, to be fair.
50 quid for 30 hours.
Yeah, but think about like how much would you pay to go to a cinema?
Yeah.
Actually, that's nothing.
Or play arcade games.
It's like £1.15 then. Yeah.
So
let's say roughly, let's say like it's like £1.20 per hour, which is, if you're enjoying it, and also you gotta think about it, like these kind of games, like you'll resell it. You grab it, you finish it, and back to CEX it goes.
See, I've never even played the first one, so I don't even know what the game is about.
It's about a virus. It's probably quite relevant now. It's about a virus took over the world, and people became into these something called like clickers and all sorts of monsters. It's like it's like a fungus. It became like, it's like a fungi that infected humans into your brain, and you become like a walking fungi.
Yeah,
like,
in nature it actually exists. It normally happens to ants and bees.
Ants, yeah.
But
they infect them and they can control them. But I don't know if it's the same one, but it's I think it's probably what it's based on. Yeah, literally like some sort of bacteria gets into like bees and ants and grows into their heads and like grow out this like crap out of their heads. And then the virus, and then the virus controls the actual animal, what it does and stuff. That's pretty crazy shit. Yeah, so I'm really surprised it was based on that.
Yeah, 100%.
I see. I never had a PlayStation. That's why I never played it. Literally never owned the PlayStation. So.
Oh damn.
Sad life.
No, I own PlayStation.
I'm kidding about that.
I'm not even counting that. PlayStation 2 is so.
I mean, amazing.
When I get my PS4 back, I'll borrow it too, so you can actually play it. I actually got the game.
What game? Has it got Last of Us?
Yeah.
Still got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it was on PS Plus, so I got it like.
Oh, I got PS Plus as well. Yeah. All right, so one more thing I'm gonna mention before Rami can jump on and say your thingy. The iconic self-balancing Segway is ending its production in July.
Wait, what?
Oh, why?
The Segways.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's ending production. I don't know why. Maybe just out of style now. But
if it wasn't, the ending.
Yeah, if it wasn't for those little two-wheel crazy machines, we would have missed out on so many funny videos in the world.
Yeah,
how people just tumble all the way everywhere.
All the memes.
So yeah, the end of the production.
I reckon it was something to do with batteries or something like that, man. Maybe some company raised the prices, or like, oh, we don't have any more like lithium batteries, the specific ones for your Segways, and we can't supply it. And I think that company just went bust because of it.
Banned now, or they're just not producing anymore?
They just, I just read the article, but I literally the headline of it. It released in 2001, so 19 years ago, and apparently the company never made a lot of money. Only around 140,000 units were ever sold. I'm
not surprised because a lot of what do you call countries in the world actually ban them. You're not allowed to use them.
And the only money
France had them banned. I know.
Yeah, the only way they made like a lot of some money from it. It was from renting to tourists, like from tours and stuff like that. So I guess they just didn't make money, and it was time to shut the company. Yeah,
no,
I tried in Italy.
I haven't.
I never tried.
It's very scary. Very scary.
How does it work?
So the way it works, So the way it works, you hold that little stick, and you're standing on the thingy, and then it's really weird because you gotta put your whole weight front, and you know it doesn't feel because you want to step off it because you're leaning forward, and you just gotta lean, and it starts going. The more you lean, the faster it goes. It's very easy. And you can
lay down in it.
And it's very easy to lose balance on it because you're riding it. If you, like, for example, I'm going too fast, it's very unnatural to just lean back, and that's how you stop it. So a lot of times what you do, you're going too fast and you freak out and you just put your leg out.
But what if you're
step off it?
What if you're leaning too much forward?
You will fall.
You end up in a YouTube video on fail.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you'll go at first. You'll go really fast, and then you'll kiss the concrete. Like, it won't be nice. Yeah, no, it's really scary to try them.
They were quite pricey in it.
Oh, for sure.
I think so, like £1,000 or something. Definitely. Yeah.
Now it's cheaper just to get electric skateboard or like an electric bicycle, man. Something
but talking about these devices. Remember thingies? What was it called? The same thing but without the stick. Remember?
Oh yeah.
What was it called? Magic.
I don't know, but 2 wheels on the side, literally same thing, but like.
Oh, it was called a board, flying board. No.
Hoverboard.
Hoverboard, I think.
Is it? Oh, no, I think hoverboard is from Back to the Future, man.
But I think it was called hoverboard. Hover something, wasn't it?
I just Google it, innit? Fucking Google it, someone.
Hoverboard, yeah, it's called hoverboard. Okay.
Oh, damn, okay.
So remember, like, what happened to them? Like, remember, like, how like they were so expensive? And now you can get them for like 60 quid. Like, they just everywhere now.
Well, they are banned in France as well, I think.
France bans everything. They just don't like to have fun. All right, I've done it with all my bits. Ram, you had some stories as well.
Nothing big, like we spoke about that BMW thing, which was I was going to bring up. Second bit, which I saw, it was so pretty much Royal Marines in the UK actually invested £3 million into this boat, and it's AI controlled boat. So it's literally you can transfer troops to any islands and if like that without any like without a driver. I'm not sure what you call it, like on a sea, a captain. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's say a captain. Yeah.
Yeah, captain
so
probably,
and there's no like Xbox controls or anything like that. You literally maybe from home base that like they pinpoint on a map, and that's it'll be like Google Maps.
What's the capacity? Yeah. Did they say what's the capacity? How many?
It's nothing. Yeah, it's just literally a photo of it, and apparently it's £3 million just for a single like inflatable boat, which can control.
Oh, it's inflatable.
Yeah.
An actual like, inflatable boat, $3 million for that.
Yeah, like a dinghy,
like a fishing boat. You know, when you buy an Argus and you blow up.
But wait, what's the benefit?
I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper to train. Well, you don't have to train a captain. You don't need like I don't know.
But wait, if you're talking about dinghy boat, I'm sorry. The captain is the guy who sits on the back and controls the motor, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure you. Yeah. But I'm pretty. Well, it's not like with that. It still has a steering thing.
Oh, it's I know what you're saying.
Big, it's very tiny ones.
I know the ones the police use, like the ones that have a little roof and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
That can hold a decent amount of people though.
Probably got like 40 people or something in there.
It's crazy because we start seeing like AI being invested in military and even into like sea and ocean. You know,
just you wait for AI planes, which they have it. They have autopilot now.
Of course.
But once you take those two people out completely, and then you tell the computer will fly you. We did it for about 10 years and it works. No one's gonna fly. I'm not gonna fly.
Okay. Question.
Speaking of planes. Nah, okay, you go around.
Okay, so when you go to into a plane, like when you go to holiday, normally like sometimes like I've been on a couple of trips like where I see the pilot, like the doors open and you can see the pilot's like switching and stuff, you know, reading all the manuals.
Yeah.
But most of the time you don't see nothing. Doors are locked, and the stewardesses are like, oh, please come in, please sit down. It's so nice. Have a good trip and whatever. And then my captain was like, oh, so yeah, we're gonna land in about 16 hours or blah blah blah. How do you know that's not pre-recorded, man? How do you know it's not like a robot or Wally just sitting behind a controller?
It could be. By the way, whatever you just said before that, if you see your captain reading a manual, don't go. Step off it, man. If you see your captain reading a manual,
I promise you, like every pilot does a pre-check. Like they literally have a manual and they have to.
I know pre-check, but I think manual's like, how to fly a plane. 101 for dummies. How do you fly a plane? Okay. No, you know what? It could be, but I think that's the idea that if someone tells you there's no person, then you ain't gonna fly. Because I wouldn't. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
If you land and like you found out, would you sue them?
And then they tell you.
Yeah, but would you sue them?
Of course you would. Go for the money, innit? Of course.
Don't have money to fight big companies like that.
You'll find it. Someone will support you.
I mean, I don't know.
I think that's the biggest risk of like companies actually going like just AI based like flying.
I'm pro AI. I know that it probably will fucking destroy us one day, what Elon Musk said to us, probably. But there's no reason to fight it if it works. But then planes.
Again, what if like I don't know, thunder hits your plane and like the AI turns off like or super boots and it goes insane or something, man.
And all you hear in the speakers, the Windows XP booting. Dun, 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 dun. And you're like, oh shit, no.
I just hear Wally masturbating, man.
No. No, okay. Yeah, no, definitely. I think with planes, the matter of AI for still quite some time, I want a person. Look, even the cars, look at Tesla can drive itself in, like, for example, in the US and particular states, but they still tell you that you can't let your hands off the steering wheel.
Oh, but like you don't have it in public transport, in the US.
What do you mean?
Like buses, let's say. You don't have like a.
No, not yet. No, but they have cars. They have cars with no people inside, like Domino's pizza cars.
Yeah.
They are robot cars and deliver pizza to
really?
you.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like, I don't think it's kicked off.
Not
Like,
every, by the way, but just
yeah. It's
some
some
cities have
states,
it.
some cities have it. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a Ford Mondeo drives up to you and it tells you, pick up your pizza. A window lowers down. Your
It's
pizza
funny,
comes
man.
out. Pick it
And
up.
so
It's
like
like, have a good
smoking
day.
and because it's actually keeps the heat of the pizza, man. So when he opens,
Yeah.
like the steam comes out.
It's
So,
really
and then
cool.
you see in the background like Snoop Dogg.
Speaking of
Oh
Snoop
my
Dogg, did you all see the Just Eat?
Oh my god, just it
How do you-
commercial.
Yes. I want how much you got paid for that?
We were
lot.
saying exactly the same thing.
A lot.
I'm sorry, but
Do you reckon he recorded that video like in a studio somewhere? Or do you reckon he recorded it in front of a green screen at home?
At home.
no. Yeah, no, I think no, I don't think. I think it's at home, but I don't think recording that was not green screen. I don't think that was green screen. Maybe some bits at the backgrounds could have been, but he interacted with way too many objects. Look, he's a rapper. He probably all had this available. Recording studios have all these sets for like, because it's like very generic rapper. It was like rapper 2000 video style, you know,
Okay.
a bathtub full of money, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
It's
a question, man. Because like you guys can tell the difference between like advert in USA and advert in UK or like Europe.
Yeah.
You can
yeah,
tell the difference easily, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
But that was very like British, you know. Like, that looks like,
It
like
was.
very BBC-ish,
But,
you know.
but that's what freaked me out, man. Because I was like, "What the fuck is Snoop Dogg?" And he's like,
Yeah,
I know.
So do you
It-
reckon
it-
they
it-
flew
yeah.
him here, or they flew to him to
I
record
think they
it?
flew. I think they flew to him.
I think they would fly to him. Who wouldn't
Yeah.
want to have Snoop Dogg on their adverts, on their commercial?
Like, and also, I'm sorry, but Just Eat is losing the commercial. I'm sorry, that Snoop Dogg commercial was cool because, like, whoa, what the hell, Snoop Dogg? I didn't even know it was Just Eat for a while. I was like, holy shit, that's cool. But then we saw one today, which made no sense between football. Like, it was some sort of British weather
And
reporter.
then, did you hear the other one before Snoop Dogg's one, where it was just screaming,
Yeah,
just
No, I
They had,
didn't
like-
see it.
and just screaming into the fucking, you know.
yeah,
whatever it was.
they had a lot of. I think they're trying a lot of stuff at the moment to see what sticks, and 50 of it's not sticking. Like, some of it is just not going
What
well.
was the other one before Just Eat? There was two that merged together.
Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats, and there was one more. Smaller one.
There was one more smaller one.
Yeah, there was a smaller one that was competing with Just Eat directly.
And
I
then
don't
Just
know
Eat
what was it
one
called.
before them.
Was it Hungry House?
Hungry House, that's the one. Yeah.
Hungry House. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I
Hungry
know that
House.
they delivered alcohol. That's all.
I reckon that's just because the name is too long. Hungry House, you know.
Yeah, Just Eat's way better. Sounds good.
But anyways, I want to say about planes to Ram. I know you like your planes. Did you see the one jet that went down in UK?
No. What?
Oh, American Fighter Jet. Yeah,
It was like, I don't know, like 10 days ago now, like a week and a half ago.
I think it was F-16 Raptor, something like that.
Yes, I don't know what exact jet, but yeah, like a jet went down literally just in the UK coast.
Okay. Did the pilot survive or no?
No, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see they had a rescue mission for him?
they had a rescue mission, but yeah, no, you didn't make it.
Oh,
That sucks, man.
Shit.
Well,
that
another thing about
sucks.
planes I found out today: the British government invested 900 million on repainting its plane to a different color,
Who?
to a more reddish color.
What?
Who
Yeah.
done
What
that?
plane?
It's one of the Boeings. It's like you can see the back tail. I think it's the one which takes.
Wait, we're talking one plane?
Yeah, just one plane.
900 million.
900 million to repaint into this new color scheme. Yeah.
Someone's buying a new house in New
Yeah,
Hampshire, I think.
But the thing is, like, this paint they use is not like the paint we use on cars and stuff like that. Because that paint they use on planes is literally which can extract and detract or whatever. I'm not sure what you call it.
900 million.
Yeah, I know.
For a paint job.
You
Yeah,
can
that's what
buy
Pepsi
Lithuania
did.
for that money.
Yeah, man, that's what Pepsi did back in I think 2002 or 2003 for its first like I can't remember the name of the plane, but it has like it was the first planes which are like supercharged, which can fly across the Atlantic Ocean within like half the time the Boeings do. And what
Okay.
Pepsi did, they paid I think like crazy amount to paint 3 planes in Pepsi colors and have a Pepsi logo. But like they paid like insane amount of money. They
No,
did that.
but that makes sense because that's incredible advertising. But to repaint a plane from red to more red and spend 900 million of taxpayers' money? Kind of doesn't, because you have bigger problems like the COVID.
Yeah,
and
but
other crises.
Maybe that was like they already invested and paid for that like ages ago. We don't know, man. I know, but it's so stupid. So stupid. By the way, about the Pepsi thing, they failed really badly because after the first flight, all 3 planes had issues with it due to a paint being blue and not gray and silver, which reflects the heat. And all the fuel and stuff like that started I think it was evaporating inside the plane and stuff like that. So it was affecting all the speed, the sound, and everything. And how the metal curved and bent because that speed and that height, the color did actually more minuses to the plane than a different color, man. It's pretty funny.
That's insane, but the Boeing 737 MAX, the big boy, only costs $130 million.
Then again, it's probably like a pimped out one for the government. Maybe for a queen, prime minister.
Is this the one that prime minister will get on if she goes down?
Maybe, probably.
Okay. But look, I was going to Google, I just typed in how much 737 costs. And then it says unit cost. They say 100, it's like a few costs, but they say $130 million. But then program cost. Airframe only between 1 and 1.8 billion. Including the engine development of 2 or 3 billion. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know how many zeros that is.
No, it's insane.
Almost said 6 for fuck's sake. It's 7. God damn it, 7 in this. But yeah, that's insane. So wait, Ram, I think we might have escaped from your story. What you were saying.
Sorry. I'll bring the last story. So again, I was going through the news like always, and I found out apparently Mercedes and Nvidia teamed up to do its own, pretty much what Tesla is doing, its own driverless cars. They want to catch up because apparently Tesla's ahead by years compared to every other car manufacturer. Yeah. So, because Volkswagen and Audi are doing of their own something in secret apparently. Yep. So Mercedes is now with Nvidia doing its own, and BMW is with Apple apparently. So apparently there might be rumors that Apple is trying to do something as well. So that's all I know. Yeah, apparently
Apple said they're still making their car.
Well, Apple is thinking to make a car.
They're not thinking. They were developing for it's been for the first time they said they are making it's gonna be 3-4 years by now probably. Yeah, and they said they're making their electric car. But this partnership with BMW, maybe that's what it is. It's just gonna be the
new M5
partnership with BMW.
Yeah.
So how much is the car gonna be from Apple?
probably have to buy the wheels separately.
Puts another 2 zeros on the end of a normal price.
Yeah. Jesus, that finance is gonna kill me.
He's like, you wanted window wipers, all the cars have it. Next update, possibly. That's what it's gonna be like.
Have a new model with another 0 on top. Yeah, that's that.
But yeah, Tesla is so far away from electric cars. They kicked us so hard. It's just no catching up to these guys right now.
Who's the one behind them? Who would you say the ones behind them? Both of you. What do you say? Who's the closest?
I don't know. It's too much. I would say Renault.
Renault?
Yeah.
Renault did quite a few early cars. They did quite a few early cars. Yeah.
And I think he has I think they're counting in gens, generations, and I think Tesla is Gen 8 or 7, and Renault is Gen 6 already. But they only Tesla
French in it, French company.
Yeah, Renault. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I would guess.
I know Skoda. I probably will go with Renault because I remember even before Tesla came out, Renault released electric cars. They were shit. No, sorry, not Renault. What am I talking about? Nissan. First proper electric car in production was Nissan Leaf.
No, wasn't it Renault Zoe?
Zoe.
The tiny one. It's
because Leaf's very old.
What about Volvo? Are they good on that stuff or not?
Yeah, I think they called the brand electric one called Polaris. But that's what they called it now. It's the Volvo
hybrid
subsidiary.
Yeah, it's hybrid. Yeah.
It's hybrid.
Yeah. No, Polaris is making a full trucks electric.
Yeah, but Polaris is what they let's say there's BMW. Yeah. And then there's Alpina. Alpina is more luxurious, more sporty.
Alpine, and then you got for Mercs, you got what's the next one?
Brabus. Is it Brabus?
Brabus.
No, it's
Brabus.
Yeah, it is Brabus.
I think Brabus or is AMG classes there.
Yeah, it is.
don't
It's
remember.
like M line, like M Sports and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's just like a more upper.
See, I
Well,
wasn't,
it's
I
good.
wasn't expecting Renault. No.
That's I don't know. That's what I guess because I know they're quite far up
No,
as well.
That would have been like my last guess. I would never thought that they made.
No, I do remember Renault and Nissan had like electric cars before anyone thought they were cool.
Yeah.
About
So Nissan
crazy.
Leaf
Ford must-
first. No, not really. No, not really. Ford is Ford. Ford is like a economy, every man's car, and they just produce them in massive numbers and their budget. Like that's what it is. But Nissan Leaf came out in 2010. First full electric Nissan Leaf came out 10 years ago, which is pretty insane. 10 years ago, think about what kind of tech we had. Like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
I was probably rocking like an
what
iPhone
about
3.
Toyota.
Toyota probably would be up there as well.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of these Japanese companies, a lot of times they make this stuff, but they keep it within Japan. Because Japan has robots there for a long time now, and they haven't seen stuff like this.
Yeah,
Well,
like hotel
which one-
robots, man. They cover masturbate you and stuff like that.
Yeah, which one you said? Renault Zoe.
I'm not sure it's Zoe. I'm not sure. It looks like a mode, like you know, when like old people was like trolley things, what we use electrical. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what you call them. It's for one with a roof, and its wheels are like sticking out a bit, and he has a wipe. It's only one seat. I'm not sure the name of it, man.
Oh, okay. I typed
One
this quiet.
seater.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's just
so
one seat.
we can't be saying in terms of like first electric cars because first electric cars kind of go back to the 1832.
No,
So-
but like currently, like in our era, like from
I
like
actually didn't know this, that we had electric cars before we had petrol cars.
oh,
What?
okay.
I know.
So why
Isn't that insane?
it took us so long to?
I presume because batteries were shit. And the speed was shit. And you had to charge them for a week to drive probably 7 miles, you know? That kind of stuff. Because the only reason we knew how to make electric cars, but we didn't have the technology to make them. The batteries the biggest deal. The capacity of batteries and recharge time for the batteries. Like same thing with phones, you know? The reason fucking phones got thinner and smaller because we figured out the battery technology be better. So every time we make some new batteries, we'll see some crazier shit. So I'm
Bro, I
trying to
remember
figure out.
phones like my dad brought in. We literally have a phone,
Where you can
and then
take
you have
battery
a
out.
cable with it, and you have a battery pack, and that's a
I had
mobile
them.
phone.
My dad had one of them things, and it came with like a case thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's insane.
Yeah, so I'm really trying to see, but apparently, like the first electric car, like in terms of modern times, that kind of thing, it was Mitsubishi i-MiU.
I don't think we had a model in Europe, did we?
Yeah, but you see, it launched only in Japan.
Yeah,
And
there
then
you
you're
go.
talking, so 2010, you got Renault and Peugeot. Released the first mini cab and then other Citroen C0 and other stuff like that. So yeah, so basically it'll be French companies that kind of modernized the first electric cars, I guess, to some degree.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
They look ugly as hell though.
An American just took over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk took over. He's not really American, is it? I wonder if he's American or he's still South African.
Oh, it says South African. If you
American. I reckon America paid him just to
I
change
think
over.
he probably had to get a citizenship to stay there.
the amount of things it does for the country, you must be American.
Yeah, it probably USA plays him a bit as well.
Oh,
you gotta be,
100%. It probably counts to their GDP quite a bit.
Yeah. They probably help. That's why they helped him to do all the SpaceX and shit. Because it does. Oh,
I still
And-
really
and-
hate
and-
that.
and-
you know?
The SpaceX, anything happening about that?
Nah, it's still
No.
testing stuff. They're happy with everything. They're gonna send the guys back and stuff. It's all good. But I really hate it. I don't know why that NASA got involved. I really dislike that move. Because NASA shat on them so hard when they
man.
first started doing this. They were like, oh, we're gonna privatize space travel and stuff. And then remember the interview when the interviewer asked them about how about Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong? How do you feel about they, saying all this stuff about your company that what you're doing is wrong? And, making private space. And the guy started crying in front of the camera, saying those guys are my heroes. That's what inspired me to do this. And now they turn around when he'd done all the work already.
Yeah,
They're already
yeah.
flying, they work. Let's stick that logo on there, please. What is, they paid a lot of money, didn't they?
yeah,
think
man.
he
I
told
think
me.
Hey, that's
free
one
flights.
One thing we can't say is that he done all the work.
Of course not. It's his ability to direct the work,
He had
to focus on
he had the
something.
idea and the money, I think. Mainly the idea, in it.
Well, it's literally Iron Man.
The money
It's-
burnt down.
Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I watched the documentary. His money burned out really quick. He had like 8 failed launches in a row, and because he financed everything from I think. I can't remember, I think it was from selling the PayPal, because he sold PayPal for something like 2.4 billion. So he funded all from his money, because the company didn't have any money. And he had, I think, money for 2 more flights. And the one before the last actually didn't explode for the first time. And then from then on, he got a bit better. They figured out more and more stuff, and then he started flying. But yeah, no, of course it's not him. Like, he's a smart guy, but I don't think he can make rockets. He obviously had an incredible team that he found.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, mate, this is like, they call it rocket science for a reason. Something that we don't know how to think about.
Let's think about it, like if he was on his own and he was so clever to me. Think about all the robots, like all the structures of the buildings and everything, all the the rockets he has to design. There's no possible way he can do that on his own.
No.
In that quick of a time.
He's a smart guy and knows how to put shit together. How to organize stuff that will get done.
That he's just investing the money in good things.
He did. For example, he invested in Uber.
No,
he was a big shareholder.
That's what I'm saying. I think he just invests the money into good things.
He does. Yeah, he does. Definitely. But same as, Jeff Bezos has a lot of money. I don't know what he's done really, but probably did stuff. All right, guys. Let's cut it off for now. I think we're running, I don't know, probably running around an hour and a half or something like this.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 hour and a half. That's perfect. All right. Well, anyone else? Anything else wants to share? Get off the chest?
No, it's been a pleasure. Happy to do this again.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. And we will see you all next week. Bye-bye.